This is my pole bean trellis. You don't have to build one on anything as sturdy as this. But this is just something my neighbor gave me. He had built it out of 4x4s, a little hanging rack. He gave it to me. And so I planted my pole beans at the base on both sides of it, and I wrapped it in twine. And you can see the pole beans have just gone up the twine. And if you come in here, you'll see these little white flowers. And that is what the bean comes out of. It actually comes out of that right there. And over here, if you look through, you can see we have a couple of small beans right here that have come out of the end of the flower. And so to kind of get by on you, I need to look low up underneath the foliage here, and probably will find more. This is my pole bean trellis, and so it's starting to produce, and you can see it's still climbing and looking for a place to be. See how it's over here, it's really come out. Move it there. You see that? And so eventually it'll lay over and kind of grow back into it, and it'll really fill out and be full of a lot of beans. And then here we have 2 eggplants side by side. They're really looking good. Had a little bug damage on that one, but and these blooms here, these are your blooms, and out of that your eggplant will come. So you see, here's another one, another bloom, and that'll be where the eggplant comes from. And then you have a tomato plant, another tomato plant. And over here we have my whiny dogs. Y'all hush! Be quiet! I want somebody to play with them. And so here we have some really bushy tomato plants with some tomatoes on them. Right here, some little tomatoes coming, and we'll come out here and we'll eat off of this. And here's a bigger one. I got a couple in there next to each other. So we're looking forward to eating them. I just put stakes in the ground, wood stakes with string coming off it to hold the limbs up. And that's cucumber. And over here we have another cucumber. I spaced them so they have room to grow. And you can see we got some little baby cucumbers. There's a little cucumber, and there's one right off the back of that flower there. And so you come over here and you can see this row is my 9 squash plants. And then right here is some brand new squash that we just planted, believe it or not, middle of last week, and it's already come up. But in this plant we've got some squash. See, those are not big enough yet, but they will be soon, and boy, they're going to be good to eat. So we got 9 of them. We're going to come out here every day and pick them and freeze them starting in about a week. They'll be big enough. And this is some zucchini. And here, if you get down low, put my finger on it, you can see a little baby zucchini right here. That's a little zucchini plant. See the bloom hanging off the end of it? And then over here, once these gardens get going, boy, the produce just grows by leaps and bounds. Here we've got a nice zucchini, and that's going to make bread and be put in some vegetable medleys and some different things. And that's a nice looking one, a little dirty, but anyway. And then you see off these blooms we got some other ones coming. And then I've got some other little zucchinis. You don't need much zucchini. A couple will really produce a lot. And so back up here you'll see some empty spots. This whole row is empty. We replanted this whole row right here in zucchini last week, and here they are popping up again. And actually we also put some bell pepper in here and something else that I cannot remember, but I know we put a little bit more zucchini, and here we put a brand new squash. And so when these come up, they'll be really producing in some heat of the summer. And so I don't know how good they'll do. I'm hoping they'll do a good job, but it's going to be tough. You have to really put the water to them and probably pick the fruit when it's young before the bugs can get into it. Because I don't use pesticides. Not that I have anything against that. It's just they're expensive, and I'd just rather lose a few vegetables along the way instead of wasting the money on that stuff. But anyway, that's my garden, and we're going to get a lot of produce out of that little strip of ground right there. Amy and I tilled this up with a shovel with the help from the kids. We didn't even have a tiller. We just came in and tilled it all up. And then when we did it, this over here was grass, but this is now my new drain field, so it got tilled a different way. But anyway, that's the garden. Got 6 tomato plants, 2 eggplants, 9 squash, about 4 zucchinis, and a rack of pole beans, plus a couple of cucumbers. Those are pickling cucumbers we're going to put up. And then got a few other things in there. There's bell pepper, and did have some okra, but it didn't even come up. So anyway, that's it. Real simple. Didn't take a lot of work. And right now I have about $30, maybe $35 in the whole bunch. And so we'll save some money and get to eat some fresh produce for a few months, and we'll put some of it up. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.